This is TWiT.
So I got a great email from a guy we've interviewed before. Doc Searles has interviewed. He's been on Triangulation because he was very active in the Tor project. Nathan Freitas, who works at the Harvard's Berkman Center. He is the director of something called the Guardian Project and has an open source project called Proofmode.org. Hi, Nathan. Welcome.
Hi, Leo. Thanks for responding to my urgent email.
Yes.
Because I heard that last week.
Yeah.
I had some things to say.
Well, first of all, there is this C2PA standard.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what that is.
So the acronym stands for the Coalition for Content Provenance and Authentication. It's kind of funny to have a standard that has the word coalition in it. But C2PA can be thought of as almost like EXIF with cryptography added onto it. And so it adds, and not just cryptography, but also revision control. So you have the ability to sign and notarize all of that metadata that you're used to saying in a photo or a video or even audio files or in other documents. It allows you to sign it with a certificate. It allows you to timestamp it with a third-party cryptographic timestamp server. And then not only does it just have one event, but it can have multiple. Like I rotated it, I made a thumbnail, I edited it with AI. So it has that kind of version control, and it's standard across formats. So whether it's an MP4 or a JPEG or a PNG or a MP4A, it's the same.
Well, that was, of course, one of Jeff's questions was how much is too much? At what point is it no longer a native image? It sounds like there's a history trail of what has been done to this original. At that point I brought out my Leica, my excuse for buying this 11M P is that it had built in this authentication system. Are you aware of what Leica has done? And Adobe supposedly is supporting this in some of their apps as well.
Yeah. I've held it and used that camera. I haven't found the budget to own one myself.
It's expensive.
That was a Leo humble brag. Yes.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It was my excuse for buying it.
Yeah. I have a picture.
Yeah.
Of myself taken with that camera. I'm really happy.
How much? So this embeds some. It's like EXIF data, some additional data in the photograph that is cryptographically signed, so that only this camera could generate that. Exactly. I presume this camera has a private key, and it puts a public key in the image. Is that how it works?
Yes.
And you could presumably follow a paper trail that would bring it back to this camera.
Exactly. And so we think that's wonderful. And it's amazing when, Nikon and Sony and others are getting on board. For us, Guardian Project's been around for 15 years, focused on human rights, activism, and journalism. We've been doing a version of this work that actually inspired the C2PA standard. They call C2PA Proofmode on steroids. And so Proofmode was our project. We worked with Witness, Peter Gabriel's amazing organization, to create an open source app software camera for iPhones and Android that does C2PA now, but it also, in some ways you could think of C2PA as an HTML, and we were whatever was before HTML, SGML, or, kind of pre-web, right? So we're really excited for C2PA. Same intent. And now we're interoperable. And the difference is that you can generate and control the keys with Proofmode as opposed to your Leica, it's baked in and hard-coded, the identity piece.
Right. Hey, it's Leo Laporte. Hope you enjoyed this little snippet from our show This Week in Google. For the full show, you can either go to our website, twit.tv/twig, or find Twig in your favorite podcast client. And, of course, there's links right below, somewhere down there, for more information.